Today, we are diving deep into the psychology of a really complex relationship dynamic. We're going to explore the roles, the risks, and, the rewards that actually power the whole thing. So, this is the big one, right? The whole dynamic we're exploring today really hinges on this central paradox. It's a question that kind of flips our conventional ideas about love, security, and desire right on their head. To even begin to answer it, we've got to meet the key players involved. Okay, so on one side, you have the husband. He's the anchor, the very foundation of a shared life. And then on the other, there's a figure the source material calls the bull. He's an outside partner who acts as a catalyst for a totally different kind of energy. And here's the thing, their roles aren't just different. The source argues they're fundamentally complementary.
All right, let's start with that foundation, the husband. His role is absolutely crucial because he's the one providing the secure base that makes this entire erotic exploration even possible. And it all begins with a very specific kind of intimacy.
The source calls this compound intimacy. And it's not just one thing. It's the entire web of connection built over years. We're talking shared finances, inside jokes that no one else gets, family histories, and dreams for the future. This deep, multifaceted bond, that's the bedrock of the marriage. Now, this is where it gets really fascinating, because trust operates on two completely different planes here. Trust in a husband is comprehensive. It's the belief that he'll be there when you're sick or when you're struggling. But trust in a bull, that's specific and almost transactional. He's trusted to perform sexually, be discreet, and respect the rules. The husband's foundational trust is what makes the bull's temporary role feel safe. Okay, so we've got the foundation. Now, let's talk about the engine. Let's shift over to the bull, because he serves a very different purpose. He isn't the foundation. He's the engine of desire, and he operates under a completely different set of principles.
The source material draws a really powerful distinction here. The husband's desire is domesticated. Sure, it's deep, but it has to coexist with the mundane reality of taking out the trash and paying the bills. The bull's desire, on the other hand, is wild. It's raw. It's unburdened by history or responsibility, and that makes it incredibly intense and immediate.
And this quote just nails that core difference, doesn't it? One is a feeling that's woven into the very fabric of a shared life. The other is a singular, powerful focus just on the present moment. Love versus urgent want. And this distinction also creates a very unique pressure dynamic.
So check this out. The source calls it clean slate privilege. The bull has no history of failure, but the husband, he carries the weight of their entire relationship history, every high and every low. The source compares it to a specialized athlete competing against a regular person just juggling real life. And what's wild is that it argues this very unfairness is a key part of the psychological appeal. Now that we've got the roles defined, let's get into the psychology of how this actually works. Because on the surface, the risks seem incredibly high, right? Especially for one person.
And yeah, the risk is not shared equally. At all. The husband is putting his ego, his security, and the very foundation of his marriage on the line. The bull? He risks very little. For him, the upside is almost pure reward.
This is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Why would anyone knowingly take on that much vulnerability? The answer, according to the source, is found in a really surprising place, a paradox of power.
It's a complete inversion of what we might expect. The man who appears to be, let's say, sexually submissive or replaced in the moment, he might actually be the one holding the ultimate control. So think of it like this. The husband holds what's called structural power. He's the architect who can start or stop the entire arrangement. The bull's power is circumscribed, meaning it's real, but it's confined to the bedroom and bound by rules he didn't create. And at the very center of it all is the wife. She's the axis. Her pleasure and choices are what drive the entire dynamic. But there's another, more intimate reward. It's an emotion called compersion. It's basically the opposite of jealousy. It's the joy you feel in someone else's joy. So in this context, it's the husband deriving genuine pleasure and even arousal from his wife's satisfaction with another man. And this emotion, it doesn't just exist in a vacuum. In fact, compersion often exists right alongside its opposite, jealousy. This table just brilliantly illustrates the emotional cocktail the husband navigates. You've got feelings of inadequacy coexisting with pride in his wife's desirability. Fear of loss is paired with gratitude for their shared fantasy.
It's this intense, contradictory mix of feelings that often provides the powerful erotic charge. So, how do we tie all of this together? All these paradoxes of power, risk, and emotion. They all point to one central idea about how these roles function. And here it is, the crucial point. The source argues that the husband and the bull are not competitors. They are performing complementary functions that fulfill different but equally valued human needs. The husband provides security, stability, and the deep intimacy of a shared life. The bull provides excitement, novelty, and the intensity of the forbidden. And here's the thing, one really can't exist safely without the other. The security of the husband is what makes the excitement of the bull possible. And this is the final, crucial takeaway. The dynamic isn't about one man being better than the other. It's that the system requires them to be different. The erotic energy isn't found in either man alone, but in the tension created by the contrast between security and adventure, familiarity and novelty. Ultimately, this analysis leaves us with a pretty provocative question that extends far beyond this specific dynamic. It pushes us to consider what we expect from our own relationships. Can the person who is our anchor also be our lightning storm? Can total security and wild excitement truly be found in the same place?